Bright Duty. Every student matters.
Hello dear students, welcome to another lecture. So in the last video we had started with chapter number 3 of class 9th alternative English, which is the Indomitable Spirit of the Youth, written by Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam. We have read about how he believes every youth, every child, every student has the power, has the capability to achieve whatever they want to. The only thing that is required from each one of us is to have that spirit, is to have that confidence in oneself and the belief that yes, I can do it. We continue now. The knowledge equation. Now we all know mathematics, even though it is not one of our favorite subjects, but we still understand the meaning of an equation. So Sir APJ Abdul Kalam had actually made his own equation of knowledge. According to him, friends, when you leave your school, a great friend is accompanying you. Who is that friend? That friend is knowledge. Let me share with you what I call the knowledge equation. Knowledge is made up of creativity, righteousness and courage. So he tells us that when we leave our school, we leave behind a lot of people, we leave behind our friends. But there is one true friend that we take along, accompanying you, a friend that goes with us. And what is this friend that goes with us when we leave our school? This friend is knowledge. According to him, knowledge is a combination of creativity, righteousness and courage. We are going to see what all three of these components mean for him. So first, creativity. According to him, how do we get creativity? By learning. The more we learn, the creative we become. Once we are creative, it will lead to what? It will lead to thinking. Our thinking perspectives will get broadened. It will get wide. Okay? Our brain will start to think out of the box. If we have a good thinking, if we start to think creatively, critically, obviously we will get knowledge. When we are thinking good, we are going to get knowledge in return of it. And knowledge means you are great. If you have knowledge, you are certainly going to become great. So knowledge is going to make you great. The next component of knowledge is righteousness. What is it? Righteousness is described as a divine hymn. So first, component of his knowledge equation was creativity. We have seen that how creativity helps us gain knowledge. The second component of it is righteousness. Now, what do we mean by righteousness? He says that righteousness can be described as a divine hymn. Divine, something again which is connected to God. We have read this word, on the previous page as well, where we talked about the divine manifestations that Ramanujam had, in connection to the numbers. So, divine is something that connects you to God. According to Sir APJ Abdul Kalam, being righteous means you are connected to God. Being righteous means that you have a very close association with God. So, how do we get righteousness? Where there is righteousness in the heart, there is beauty in character. Righteousness in the heart means when you know deep down in your heart that whatever you are doing is correct. When you are fair, when you are just, when you are not troubling anybody deliberately, on purpose you are not creating problems for anyone. So when you are so pure, when you are so good in your heart, it is going to reflect in your character. Your character will become beautiful. So when your heart is good, your character is good. When there is beauty in character, there is harmony in home. Harmony means peace. If you are a beautiful soul, if you are a wonderful person, if you have a good and a clean character, when you live in a home, there will be harmony all around. There will be peace, there will be unity, there will be togetherness all around. When there is harmony in the home, there is order in the nation. So you see how he's connecting the links. If your heart is good, your character is good. If your character is good, you live in a house and you make everything very harmonious around you. Everything around you is very peaceful and calm. When the home is harmonious, when there is peace inside the house, then there is order in the nation. If there is no problem in the house, the entire nation is going to be in a proper order. The entire nation is going to be clean. When there is order in the nation, there is peace in the world. And like this, we keep on building the links. From home, we get the nation, and from nation, we connect to the country. So if a person is good, the house is good. If the house is good, the nation is good. And if the nation is good, the entire world becomes peaceful and united. The question is, how do we include righteousness in the heart? In my opinion, there are three people who can build righteousness in the heart of the youth. One is mother, the second is father in a spiritual environment, and the third and the most important is the teacher, particularly the primary school teacher. So he says the question is, how do we inculcate righteousness in the heart? How do we develop the feeling of being right in the heart? And according to Sir APJ Abdul Kalam, there are three people who can make you righteous from the beginning. One is your mother, the second is your father, and third is your teacher. And especially the primary school teacher, because it is at the primary level, the grassroots level, where we can teach our kids to be right, to be just the perfect people. The third component of knowledge equation is courage. How do we define courage? Let's see. So there were three things. We had creativity. We've seen how he defines creativity. Then there was righteousness. We've seen according to him what righteousness was. And the last one is courage. Now he says, courage to think different. If you are courageous, if you are strong, you will not be scared of thinking differently. You will have the courage to invent. You will not feel scared of inventing new things. You will never be scared of failing in life. You will have the courage to explore travel into an unexplored path. Unexplored path means you will never be scared of going into a direction which is new. You will never be scared with the fact that you might get lost, you might get failed, there might be some enemies you would come across. No, you will take everything as a challenge, and you will face that challenge bang on. Courage to discover the impossible. If we are courageous, if we are strong, we can do things which are considered to be impossible by the others. Courage to combat the problems and succeed. Combat to fight. If we are strong, we have the strength to fight with the problems that we come across and to become successful in life. From where will you acquire knowledge? Now he comes back to his original equation, which is knowledge is equals to creativity, righteousness and courage. So he says, where will you gain all this knowledge from? I would say from the home, from good books, good teachers, from the teaching environment and from good human beings. So you see, according to him, one can get all the three aspects of knowledge from home by reading good books, from your teachers and from the environment around you and the good human beings you meet every day. When schools teach students to use knowledge with creativity, righteousness and courage, our nation will have a large number of empowered and enlightened citizens. This is vital for the growth of the individual, the growth of the family, the growth of the nation and promotion of peace in the world. So he says that at school, the children, the school teachers, they always teach you how to be creative, how to be right, how to be courageous. And the reason why you are taught so is so that when you grow up, you contribute to a nation which has empowered and enlightened citizens. If you are knowledgeable, you are going to become empowered. Empowered, you will possess all the skills that everyone should have in order to become successful. Also, you'd be enlightened. Enlightened, you will have all the knowledge, you will have all the valuable things in your mind already. And this is very vital, important. Being empowered with your education, with your skills, with your capabilities, and being enlightened with the great, beautiful, positive thoughts. What will happen? This is very important for the growth of a person, for the growth of a family, for the growth of the nation, and it will thereby create a peaceful environment in the world. Let not thy winged days be spent in vain. Thy means yours. Now what does he mean by it? As you all know, the earth rotates on its own axis once in a day, having 24 hours or 1440 minutes or 86,400 seconds. The earth itself orbits around the sun. It takes nearly 1 year for an orbit. The completion of one rotation of the earth around the sun adds 1 year to your age. Seconds fly, minutes fly, hours fly, days fly, and years fly. We have no control over that. The only thing that we can do while time flies is navigate the time wisely. Let not thy winged days be spent in vain. So what does he mean by this? He first, with the help of his extraordinary knowledge of science, telling us that the earth, we all know, rotates on its own axis. In a day which has 24 hours, which has 1440 minutes or 86,400 seconds. Now the earth also orbits around the sun. Orbit, it takes a round around the sun, and it takes 1 year for the earth to complete its orbit. Once this rotation takes place, another year is added to your age. Okay, so you become an year older. This is how the years change. Sir APJ Abdul Kalam says that seconds fly. You don't even realize when the seconds are gone, minutes are gone, hours are gone, days are gone, even years of your life are gone. We do not have any control over that. Time will keep passing by at its own pace. We cannot stop that. The only thing that we can do once this time is ticking by is to navigate our time wisely, is to utilize this time as wisely, as smartly, as intelligently, as brilliantly as we can. And that is why he says that let not thy winged days be spent in vain, useless. He does not want that those days where we do not know what we want to do in life, where maybe we have not thought of how big our achievement can be and we are just lying at home lazing around. He just wants that such days should not be spent in vain. When you grow up, you should not have this regret in your mind that if I would have done this in my life at that time, things would have been different. So you have to make your decisions wisely. You have to use your brain, you have to use your opinions and think as wisely as you can. I can do it. Friends, before I conclude, allow me to share the dream of a young student I met in 2006. So, Sir APJ Abdul Kalam, he says, before I end my speech, I want to share with you the dream of a young student I met in the year 2006. When I was the President of India, I met a group of students from the Lead India 2020 movement on 28th October 2006. I asked all of them one question: what do you want to become? Out of the several students who responded, there was one visually challenged boy studying in class 9 who got up. His name was Srikanth, and he answered, I will become the first visually challenged President of India. I was very happy to hear his ambition. Aiming small is a crime. Hence, I congratulated him on setting his goal and told him to work hard on his wings of fire. So, he shares with us an incident when he met a group of students who were working on Lead India 2020. So this was a program on which there were a lot of students working, and these students got an opportunity to meet Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam on 28th October 2006. Now all the students that Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam had met and interacted with during that program, he asked all of them one simple question: what do you want to become? He says that out of the several students, so there were multiple students he met, and everybody had an answer to that. There was one visually challenged boy. Visually challenged, a boy who could not see. This boy replied to him that I want to become the first visually challenged President of India. There has never been a visually challenged president or prime minister of our country, but he had the desire of becoming one. His name was Srikanth, and listening to him, Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam was very happy. According to him, aiming small is a crime. So Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam believes that if we don't dream big, we are actually committing a crime. We are doing something wrong. We need to dream big. We need to fulfill our ambitions in life. Therefore, Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam congratulated him for having this aim, for setting this goal. His aim, his ambition was all decided. And Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam told him to work hard, so that when he has his wings of knowledge, there is nobody who is stopping him from flying high. He worked hard and got 90% in class 10th and 96% in the intermediate. He set a goal to study engineering in MIT Boston, USA. His relentless hard work not only secured him a seat but also got him a full fee waiver from MIT Boston. Seeing the impact of the Lead India 2020 training on Srikanth, The Lead India 2020 movement and the GE volunteers offered him a job in USA on completion of his education, his graduation. He told them that he would certainly come back if he could not become the President of India. The boy's confidence amidst the difficulties and challenges he must have faced is commendable. So, Sir Abdul Kalam tells us that this boy, Srikanth, he worked so hard that he got 90% in his class 10th and 96% in his class 12th exams. His goal was to get admission in MIT Engineering College, MIT in Boston, USA. His relentless hard work, tireless. He never got tired of working hard. And because of being visually impaired, because of not being able to see, you can very well imagine what all difficulties he must have faced. But despite that, he continued to work hard. With this hard work, he managed to secure for himself a seat in MIT Boston. Not only did he get admission in this college, but he also got a fee waiver. Full fee waiver means he was studying there without paying any fees, free of cost. This boy, he got so popular because of being so hardworking that the Lead India 2020 and, GE volunteers, the volunteers who were working for the general elections, they funded his travel to USA. They actually paid him to travel to US as well. Moreover, today he is pursuing his studies in Boston, MIT Boston. Then also, although he is still studying, but despite that, the GE has offered him a job in USA on completion of his graduation. So these people have promised him that if after becoming a graduate, although his major aim, his primary aim is to become the president of the country, these people have assured him that if he wants to come back and wants to work, get a job, he can get that any time. This boy's confidence amidst the difficulties and challenges he faced was commendable. Amidst means middle of. So in the middle of all the challenges, all the difficulties, all the problems that this boy faced in his life, and the way he came out of them is commendable. Commendable, it is praiseworthy. You will fall short of words, but this man, this boy is so talented. The youth of today possess many unique qualities. As the future of the nation, promise you will work with courage to achieve success in all your goals. Set off on your wings of fire and become unique achievers with your own unique missions. So, the youth of today, Sir APJ Abdul Kalam concludes by saying that today's youth has multiple unique qualities. There are multiple qualities in you which are going to separate you from the crowd. As the future of the nation, he tells them that you are the future of the nation, and you have to keep this in mind that you have to work as hard as you can. You have to be strong, you have to be courageous, and you will work hard to achieve the goals you have set for yourself in life. Set off your wings of fire. So he again told them to wear those wings of fire and to become the unique achievers, just like he gave us the examples of Ramanujam, Madam Curie, C.V. Raman, all these people. So he wanted the youth of the nation to become unique achievers just like them and to accomplish whatever missions they have in their lives. I wish you all great success in the years ahead. May God bless you. So this is how Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam closed his speech and his very enriching and enlightening session with the youth of the country. So with this, my dear students, we come to the end of this essay, this speech which was written by Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam. As we read, he delivered this speech when he visited a group of students in the Gulf nations, and he talks about the fact that he motivated each of the child to get as much knowledge and education as he can. Because Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam is of the opinions that it is only because of education that you can get knowledge. It is only because of education that you can get your wings of fire. It is only because of the education that you can fly high and achieve whatever you aim for in life. He's given to us multiple examples of those personalities who did something unique in their lives, who thought out of the box, and today their inventions, be it Graham Bell or Thomas Alva Edison or Ramanujan, C.V. Raman, Madame Curie, the Wright brothers, all these people decided to do something different, something unique, and today each one of us remembers them for their ambitions and for their achievements. He also told us about a boy named Srikanth whom he met during the Lead India 2020 program. And he specifically mentions this boy because according to Sir APJ Abdul Kalam, this boy, despite being visually impaired, had the courage which each one of us should have. He was strong, he was strong-headed, and he was determined. He knew that he can work hard and wanted to become the first physically, visually impaired president of the country. So Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam closed his speech by motivating all, by wishing them all a very good luck in their lives, and also telling them how important it is for the country's progress that the youth of the country should be educated, they should be wise, they should be knowledgeable. So my dear students, I really hope that this speech, this essay that we've read by Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam inspired each one of you, and you also would have decided something in your lives. So just go ahead, dream big and fly high.